The world of Teyvat is the setting of Genshin Impact. Within it lives its citizens and gods. Within the skies of Teyvat dwells Celestia, the heavenly land of the gods. This land contains celestial divine power, capable of allowing someone who has a vision to ascend to godhood. While Celestia is believed to be a benevolent place, there exists another place where the darkness of the world dwells, known as the Abyss. The Abyss is located beyond and beneath Teyvat, in the darkest regions of the world. It is an ancient land of endless darkness, and is the birthplace of the Abyss Order. Entrances to the Abyss can be found in many but random locations, which is how the Abyss Order is able to move about the world of Teyvat so easily. Not only does the geography of the Abyss not make sense as to how it is random, but the concept of time also does not apply completely in the Abyss. We learn from Ajax's story, currently known as Tartaglia, that when he was 14 years old, he ran away from home. He was chased by bears and wolves in a snowy forest in Snezhnaya, and fell into a bottomless crack in the earth's surface. In the depths of that crack, he witnessed the endless possibilities of the Abyss, of another ancient world. He met with a mysterious swordswoman who lives in the Abyss, and there she saw his determination and power. She trained him to be a fierce fighter and how to navigate the Abyss. He had trained with the swordswoman for 3 months, and upon returning to Teyvat, found that only 3 days had passed. Those 3 months in the Abyss were long enough to turn Ajax into the harbinger that we know today as Tartaglia or Childe, turning a young, frightened boy into one of the most prolific fighters in all of Teyvat. What horrors and darkness lives in the Abyss to do that to someone, yet remains a mystery, as Tartaglia refuses to speak of anything that happened in the Abyss to this very day. Not only that, but despite Tartaglia's great power and efforts, he could never find a way back into the Abyss. His time in the Abyss led him to becoming unhinged in his lust for combat. He would start fights wherever he went, and even beat some of his fellow Fatui, which attracted the gaze of the fifth harbinger, Pulcinella, who inducted him into the Fatui, where he very quickly climbed the ranks, eventually becoming the youngest harbinger and meeting the Cryo Archon, the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya, who granted him his delusion, furthering his power. What darkness lies in the Abyss that allows for such change within a person? A corrupting power that the Abyss has in order to oppose that of Celestia, the land of the gods. The Abyss contains powers capable of killing the Archons, as seen when the poison from Dvalin was able to poison Venti, who is the animal god Barbatos, needing him to heal himself at Windrise, where a tree from Celestia itself is planted. The power of Celestia and the Abyss are ever opposing, but ever since the Archon War and the Cataclysm, the powers of the Abyss have grown, while the powers of Celestia have weakened, with many gods falling during the Archon War, as well as being corrupted by hatred and malice, further increasing the power of the Abyss. Though those gods were weaker than the 7 who rule Teyvat, 2 of the 7 have now lost their gnosis, and Morax, being the most powerful of the Archons as well, makes the Abyss far more dangerous than ever. The Abyss is able to corrupt those who lead a path of justice, as shown when Dvalin was corrupted to become Storm Terror. This is not the first time the Abyss has displayed its corrupting powers. Once, 500 years ago, corrupted one who shook the world of Teyvat to its very core. It was the abyss that corrupted Gold, an alchemist from Kenria, a land not in the continent of Teyvat, and not under the purview of the Seven. Its people cursed by Gold, whose greed and ambition, coaxed by the abyss, caused the cataclysm that destroyed Kenria. It caused the death of many, the sickness of Dvalin, the slumber of Barbatos, the death of the Lion Fang of Mondstadt, the death of the god of the woods in Sumeru, the rampage of the Crimson Witch, the fall of the Viridescent Venerer, and the corruption of the Traveler's sibling. From the description of the Bloodstained Chivalry as mentioned by Rostam, the Wolf Pup, a knight of Favonius and close friend to the former Grandmaster of the Knights, Arundolin. He spoke of a white knight who is a champion of justice, but through his battles during the cataclysm of Kenria, he found himself slowly corrupted by the abyss, making him believe that he was a monster, causing others to shun him as his violent path of justice causes the death and destruction around him. He still believed in his justice, however. Continuing to fight the monsters in Kenria, he eventually found himself in the abyss itself, fighting hordes of monsters, and ultimately falling and dying. However, his soul did not leave the abyss, and instead, he learned about the truth of Kenria's destruction and the ultimate injustice. That which caused the people of the nation to become monsters. Realizing what he had done and who were those he had slaughtered, out of his sense of justice, he relinquished his knighthood and joined the Abyss Order. Whether this tale is true or the machinations of the Abyss is yet to be known. However, the corrupting powers of the Abyss are proven to be able to turn even that of the most righteous people into servants of the Abyss, to be used to slay the gods themselves. I fear that the Abyss contains far more vile powers, and that the Traveler's sibling, corrupted by this ultimate injustice, is being played for a fool. I leave you with one last line from Tartaglia, who could possibly be corrupted by the Abyss. Despite his seeming loyalty to the Tsaritsa, he yearns to end the gods themselves.
時間が経つのは早いものだ。いつか君に俺が世界を征服して神の王座を踏みつける姿を見せてあげるよ。それまで絶対に倒れるなよ、相棒。
Everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. If you want to see more of these lore videos in the future, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If this gets a decent reception, I may make more eventually or sooner than later. But I also have a theory as to who the swordswoman Ajax met in the Abyss. As we know, Lumine has actually been in the Abyss for over 500 years. So Ajax could have met Lumine in the Abyss, who trained Ajax as a child and then eventually grew into Tartaglia. Of course, Tartaglia has not said anything about this swordswoman, so we don't know for sure. But the only human person in the Abyss that we know of that is confirmed to be in the Abyss is the ruler of the Abyss, which is currently Lumine. Canon-wise, if you're using Lumine as your main character, then it would be Aether. But in the canon, it is Lumine that is in the Abyss. Anyway, that's just a little fun thing to think about. If you did enjoy this video and want to see more, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.